If your AI agents live on a private local network, GitHub is the wrong default. Every Git push, every clone, every webhook is a network call that either fails silently or forces you to punch a hole in your isolation boundary. This is about fixing that with the right minimal Git server for an agent-first setup. Before picking a tool, let's be precise about what an AI agent actually needs from Git. SSH or HTTP transport for push and pull, key-based authentication, no password prompts, the ability to create new repositories dynamically without a human pre-creating them, optionally a REST API for programmatic repo discovery. What it does not need: issue trackers, pull request UI, CI runners, or user management for dozens of accounts. The floor option is bare Git over SSH. A Unix user account, an SSH daemon, and bare Git repositories in a directory. You create a Git user, add authorized SSH keys for each agent, and initialize repos manually with Git init bare. It's transparent, has zero dependencies, and runs indefinitely without updates. The problem: every new repository must be manually initialized before anyone can push to it. Agents can't create repos on demand. No API. Right choice for a small fixed set of repos. Wrong choice for dynamic, autonomous agent workflows. One step up is Gitolite, a Perl-based access control layer on top of bare Git. Powerful for granular per-branch permissions, but adds complexity without much return on a trusted private network. No auto-create on push. No API. Skip it unless you have a specific ACL problem. Sweet spot for agent primary setups is Soft Serve by Charm Bracelet. It's a single binary with SQLite embedded, no runtime dependencies beyond Git itself. And it has the one feature that changes everything. Repositories are created automatically when an agent pushes to a new path for the first time. You don't pre-create anything. An agent doing git push to /new experiment 7 just works. That alone makes it significantly better than bare Git for autonomous agent use. Beyond auto-create, Soft Serve runs an SSH TUI, browse repos, files, and commit history over SSH from any machine on the LAN. It handles key-based auth, per repo access control, HTTP clone alongside SSH, and exposes a REST API for programmatic repo management. At idle, it uses about 10 megabytes of RAM and runs on a Raspberry Pi without complaint. Setup takes 5 minutes. Install via the Charm apt repository, set your admin SSH public key as an environment variable, and start the service. Add an agent's SSH key with a single SSH command against the server. Point your agents at SSH://server:23231/repo name and they're off. If you also need humans reviewing agent code in a browser, or want GitHub-compatible tooling to work without reconfiguration, the answer is Forgejo. Forgejo is a community-governed fork of Gaidia, a lightweight GitHub clone written in Go. It runs in Docker Compose with SQLite by default, uses about 120 megabytes at idle, and exposes a full GitHub-compatible REST API. Tools that already know how to talk to GitHub can point at a Forgejo instance with minimal changes. It supports webhooks so agents can trigger on push events and has a full web UI for human code review. Docker Compose deploy takes 10 minutes. What about the options to skip? GitLab Community Edition needs a minimum of 4 gigabytes of RAM just to start, with a complex multiprocess architecture. It's a data center product being asked to do a simple job. Gogs is the original Go-Git server that inspired Gaidia, but is less actively maintained, no advantage over Forgejo today. One more thing, the security model changes on an isolated LAN. On a trusted private network, you can drop TLS certificate management. HTTP over LAN is fine. No need for rate limiting, fail-to-ban, or two-factor authentication. What still matters: backups, per-agent SSH keys for easy revocation, and running the server as a managed service that auto-restarts. Backup is simple: rsync the data directory to another machine on a cron. SQLite is a single file. Snapshot it and you're done. Bottom line, if your agents are the primary consumers and you want absolute minimum footprint, use Soft Serve. Single binary, auto creates repos on push, runs on anything, forget it exists. If you also need